There we go. All right. Yay! Here we are, everybody.
We're on. That's so exciting.
Welcome to our second podcast of the year.
Yay.
Yay. We're very excited to be here.
Always.
We are getting ready to have our book club today.
Yep.
Later this afternoon.
Just warming up a bit.
We're warming up with our, a refreshing white.
Yes.
Sweet Addie.
It's crisp.
It's crisp and refreshing.
Yes.
It's a good morning wine.
We should be saying, with that. Yeah, I guess it's technically still morning.
It is.
It's not quite noon.
No judging.
No, never. Well, we're actually practicing because pretty soon we do a lot of morning drinking in about a week.
Yeah. We have our famous lodge trip coming up.
It's
and so
coming.
we will be all day drinking. I have to get my day drinker sweatshirt out.
Yes.
So everybody's warned.
And then our shirts that say we drink well with others, those will have to be in the mix.
We'll have to do that also. Yeah.
We extended the trip by a couple days this year again.
Yeah, we did.
So we're there for a full week.
Yep. The first time we're going to be there for a whole entire week. So it should be fantastic. Lots of new Jetherisms coming your way.
I know you guys are excited for that.
Yeah.
That lasted us like, what, half the year?
It lasted a while, but then, I have them written down someplace.
Oh, yeah. We'll have some new
anywho,
ones.
Yeah. So in case you didn't know, I'm Jacoby.
And I'm Heather.
And together we make a
Jether.
You're listening to Jether's Random Stuff on this awesome January day. So I hope everybody's had a good week. And we did. It was busy.
Yeah, it was really busy.
It's busy. In case people didn't know, I do accounting work, and January is super, super busy for that.
Yes, for all accountants. Sorry for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a fun month, but we're getting it done.
Yeah.
It's getting done.
I'm not an accountant, but I was still busy as hell.
I know, right?
Yes.
It's just our office was just really busy
Yes.
this week. So, everybody's starting to get back in the groove of things after the year off from COVID. So
If you missed the one episode, Kobe does now work at my dental office.
I did switch jobs.
She's now the accountant there. She's not in people's mouths.
I'm not. I don't do that. I leave that to Heather, and I do the paperwork.
There we go.
So, yeah, we both have our fortes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's been fun.
So I haven't told you this yet.
Okay.
Because I wanted it to be a surprise.
Oh, I like surprises.
So I was thinking this morning, like, okay, what are we going to talk about today? What are we going to talk about? It's always the question, what are you going to talk about? And we did have our icebreaker question list that's now just about finished up.
Which is perfect because it's about time for us to find another list.
Yes. So I actually was thinking about this. I'm like, God, how do we come up with new questions? And then, of course, my mind went, God, we should make an app for that. And I thought, you know what? I bet there's an app for that.
I bet you there is.
There's an app for that called
questions?
called Icebreakers.
Nice. Okay.
So I have downloaded it onto my phone.
So now we have a new icebreaker thingy.
So now you can just go in here and get a new icebreaker question whenever you want. And so we don't have
That's fantastic.
I know. We don't have to put any thought into it at all. We just open the app and look at
and
the
then
question.
If it's horrible, can we just say next?
Oh, yeah. You can just scroll until you find one that you like.
Oh, this is perfect.
Wasn't it?
Yes. Did you find one?
So here's the first one that popped up when I opened the app, okay?
Okay, let's hear this.
Where is the most beautiful place near where you live?
Oh.
That's a good one.
That is a really good one.
That's a good one.
Where we live, there's so many.
We live in a beautiful part of the country.
We really do.
So
literally, I could just walk out of my door and just stare out my front area.
Yeah.
Or back. You're right, too, because we can see the back or front. It's both good in our house.
Yeah. We have the Columbia River.
Yep. And I live right on it.
Right on it. Yep. And then we're surrounded by mountains.
Yep. Kobe literally has a mountain in her backyard, and I have a mountain in my front yard, basically.
My backyard's a mountain.
Kobe's backyard literally is a mountain.
It is. It literally is.
I could see one from my front yard, but it's not in my
If you climb up my mountain, you get a fantastic view.
See?
So we should do that one of these days and take a picture and post it.
Let's do that.
I'm gonna, you know what? I have a pen right here.
You're gonna write that
and
crap
I just
down?
dropped it on the
I
floor.
Heard that. I heard that. Oh.
Hey, Thor. Thank you. I'm just gonna write down mountain picture. Will I remember what that is?
We're not drunk. Okay. We're going to be later.
Well, Thor's in here. He'll remember.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Okay. I have total confidence that he'll remember. He's not disagreeing with me. So, okay.
It doesn't look like he's listening to you either.
Okay. So, anywho, so one of the really pretty places I know of, we did go here last year, is up to Silver Falls.
Yes.
Which is near Entiat.
Very much.
You know.
Yes.
So, and when's the last time you were up there?
Never.
You've never been there?
No.
Bucket list item.
Yes, it should. That's what everybody says, because I live literally probably the closest out of all of us to it.
You do. Well, and you do have to go when you take that turn off and go up, you do have to drive for like another 30 minutes.
Yeah. Up the Entiat.
The Entiat highway. To get there.
Yeah. River Road.
Yeah. But it's so you can hike up. So it's Silver Falls, and you can hike up to the halfway point or up to the top of the falls. It is a very steep trail. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's very long, but it's super steep. Like you're stair climbing the whole time. And
that sounds great.
It's a workout.
Yeah.
To go up there.
So you don't have to do a regular workout that day.
You don't. No.
That's fantastic. Okay, bucket list then.
Bucket list, and then we can come back down, or at the top we could have like a picnic.
Well, I have that backpack that has the wine thing on the side of it, and I can pack all the food in it. And it even has a blanket attached to it.
Sweet.
That's
so we
waterproof.
Could climb up there, have the picnic, and drink our wine, and then it's just downhill going back. So
we could bring like a little sleddey sled thing with wheels.
Well, it's switchback back up all the way up. So I don't know about that.
We'll have you go first, and we'll see what happens. That'll be great. Or maybe we can get a kid to go with us and send them down first.
Oh, hey. Megan will never go again, because we made her go last year, and it was super steep, and she
We'll find a smaller kid.
Did not
one that's naive and young.
Okay.
Heather
Jo.
Do that.
Heather Jo do it.
Yeah, she would.
We'll just won't tell her what we're doing.
No, we'll just put her on the little thing with the wheels and see how it goes. Well, we'll put a helmet on her.
I feel like she's up for anything anyways.
She really is. Yeah, she would do it. That would work. I think probably one of the prettiest places for me that I see, I actually do get to see often, about every other week. Thor gets to see twice a week. I think Stevens Pass is gorgeous.
It is.
When you're really up there, and there are so many beautiful spots when we're on that drive, and then sometimes we'll just stop and it's just gorgeous up there.
It's particularly beautiful in the fall when the trees are turning colors.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's amazing.
Gorgeous.
It's amazing.
I look forward to that drive every year. It's only about 2 times do I get to see it during that time period, because it's a very short period that it's like that.
Yeah.
But the snow too, right after a fresh first snow of the year.
Oh,
Before it's dirty, before everyone's been traveling on it for months.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with that one.
Okay. Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. I can't think of any place else that's like a specific spot.
Saddle Rock is really pretty when you're up there.
I've never been up there.
Oh, we'll put that on the bucket list.
I'm putting that on the list.
Okay. Devil's Creek is what Douglas Creek is what Thor's saying.
Douglas Creek? I don't think I've been there.
We don't know where he's talking about.
I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write it down.
Douglas Creek in Palisades.
Okay.
And I think Leavenworth is just on there too.
Leavenworth's always pretty.
It's just pretty there.
It's very pretty.
Has a beautiful setting.
Yeah.
Has the river there and has mountains, and it's Christmassy.
Oh yeah, and the Christmas time when they have all the lights, it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
We really do live in a very beautiful place.
Well, and Chelan is really pretty.
Oh my gosh, like any of those wineries, you're sitting out there and you're just looking at that beautiful crystal lake.
Yeah.
We literally live in probably one of the prettiest places in the world.
I think we do.
I
think we do.
We're extremely lucky.
Yeah, we are. People drive for hours to get here.
Yes, to where we live, just to see this.
Yeah,
see what because Western Washington is pretty and all with its ocean and stuff and the greenery, but it's too packed over there.
There's too many people.
There's too many people. There's too many buildings. There's too much business, and we don't have that over here as much. We still have a lot of natural scenery.
We still have, and we have that kind of hometown feel.
We do. We have it's a big town, but it looks a little small.
It is. It's like it's a bigger town, but it's a small town feel.
Exactly.
Way
too many people.
Way too many people that are in your business, but that's fine. Everything is fine.
Everything is great.
Yeah, that's our mantra of the year. In case I don't think we mentioned that before.
No,
but our theme of the year, I guess, is what it is everything is fine.
That's what we're going to continue that on. We started that in about mid 2020.
Yep, we did.
And now we're going to continue this on through 2021 because 2021 is giving me the same vibe.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's, started off not great.
I don't see a big light at the end of this tunnel right now.
I'm not. I'm afraid we're in this for another year. We're going to have to make it to 2022.
I think so. I agree.
Before we see,
some normalcy.
Yes.
Normicity?
No, that's not a word.
I like normicity.
We can make it a special Jether word.
Yeah, I like normicity.
Okay.
Little normicity in my life.
Normicity.
Normacy. That sounds fine, but normicity is just gives it a little bit of flair.
So it's one of these words that Heather makes up. She does it actually quite often.
I really do.
She makes up a word. So that's a new one.
Yeah.
Jether Dictionary. We'll put that in
there.
Oh,
we should have a Jether Dictionary.
We should.
Probably at the end of 20 years of friendship, we'll do a Jether Dictionary.
I know.
Because it will be big enough by then.
We should be writing it down because we're not going to remember it.
But they're words I say all the time.
That's true.
I mean, normicity is now going to be a word.
Yeah.
Because it's all use it often.
Should we write a definition for it or should we just pretend like we're going to remember what it means?
Doesn't that seem... Normicity is just a normal word.
Not an actual word, but that's okay.
It just means normal. It's just part of the normal.
Do you know what Megan was telling me last night?
What was she saying?
This is fascinating to me.
Okay.
She was saying that technically ice is considered a rock. And I Googled it. I asked Google and Google said yes.
It is considered a rock.
It's considered a rock.
Is it only considered a rock now is water considered a rock because it came from ice?
So then water is considered lava because it is melted ice. And I Googled that also and Google said yes. That water is lava because it's a melted ice and ice is a rock. What
if it didn't ever come from ice? Is it just water then? Because some water doesn't come from ice.
How do you know it didn't come from ice?
Well, I don't know, but how do we know it didn't?
So you don't know?
We know where the water came from. But there's some water source that didn't come from ice in the world.
I think that all the water on the earth is at one time ice, at one time water, at one time gas.
Okay.
I think all water has a cycle, and at one time
is this kind of like the evolution thing where there's not definite proof on it, but they really have a strong theory of it?
But we know for a fact that there's a finite amount of water on the earth and that it can be in one of three forms, right?
Yes.
Liquid, solid, gas.
But it also can come in other forms too, like as fresh and salt.
It depends on where you get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some water is okay to drink, some is not.
Yeah.
So, and all of that can be frozen because salt water is frozen too up in the Arctics.
Yeah.
Down in the Arctic or up in the Arctic.
Can you freeze salt water? Does it freeze like regular fresh water?
But don't you think that's what the ice caps are in those salt in the oceans?
I think they're fresh.
You think they're fresh from the... Ooh.
Yeah.
Let me Google this.
You Google.
Can salt water freeze? It finished it for me.
Oh, nice. This must be a
Ocean
question.
water freezes just like fresh water.
Okay.
But at lower temperatures. Fresh water freezes at 32 degrees, but seawater freezes at 28.4.
Oh, so it has to be colder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because of the salt in it. When seawater freezes, however, the ice contains very little salt because only the water part freezes.
Oh.
So I wonder if you could drink frozen salt water then.
So if you found a block of ice in the ocean, you could eat it or drink it.
We were on an Alaskan cruise and your worst Yours and Thor's worst thing idea came true.
And the boat
sank. And we're in our little dinghy and we grabbed some ice that was floating. We could drink it.
We could drink it then.
Yes.
Okay.
I do guarantee, guys, we wouldn't have to do that because if for some 1 in a trillion happens and it does sink, they're going to be on their way to get us because that's a big deal.
Actually, the boat sinking is not my worst fear of going on a cruise.
It's the seasickness, and that's the same as Thor.
The seasickness and the food poisoning the food poisoning is my worst fear.
You're not going to get food poisoning.
Yeah, you don't know that. People get food poisoning on cruise ships all the time.
People get food poisoning in restaurants all the time.
All the time.
On land, too.
Well...
It happens. It happens when you drive yourself there in a car and drive yourself home and then you get sick. It can happen anywhere.
Yeah.
Happen on a plane, in the air, in the sea, and on land.
That's why I'm very
Probably
careful.
in outer space too, I bet.
I'm very careful what I eat. That's why.
I should be more careful. I'm very careful with what I eat when I'm home. But it seems like when I'm out and about, I'm not as great and then I suffer.
Oh, yeah.
You've witnessed a lot of the suffering.
I have witnessed it. Mm-hmm. I've tried to stop some of it sometimes.
I know.
It's like, I don't think you're supposed to eat that.
I know, but it seems so good.
But you're like, but it's good and it's going down the hatch. So, okay.
Yeah, I know.
We'll talk about that later.
We will. Yeah, but hopefully it does not happen on our special week.
No.
Our special week, we will have a new experience happening too. We will have Robin and Kathy will be joining us.
Yes,
on
they
Friday.
will. They will.
It's going to be really fun.
It's going to be fun. We're actually celebrating Robin's birthday.
Yes, so, we are. This is what is this one? 52?
I do not know.
I think she did the big 50. Remember a couple years back, Kathy joined her, and it was like on a cruise. And stuff like
that's
that.
right. That's right. Yes.
So if I'm remembering right, and then last year we did just a small thing.
Yep.
We all met at a restaurant and celebrated her birthday.
That's right. Yep.
And then this year we're going to be all together at the lodge.
At the lodge, yeah. We got joining rooms.
They called and they got the conjoining room to ours.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I know. I can knock on it. And someone friendly will be on the other side.
Yeah, so the room that we stay in every year has an adjoining door. And the first year we were there, they fucking knocked on it. And we didn't think there was people next door.
No, they were so quiet.
There was people next door.
They knocked back.
Didn't they say something?
Yeah.
What'd they say?
Hello?
Well, you're like, oh shit, there's somebody over there.
Well, then I just say, I just seen someone was over there.
Hi. Do you want to be friends? No.
You know what? We're going to knock on it every day. And and someone answer them. I ask them if they want some candy.
Do you want some candy?
We might have to bring some candy. We'll have some candy.
We have candy.
Yeah, we'll have candy.
We can take that candy right there.
Well, I already have some new ones.
We can take the Skittles too, because they're already in. I just put the lid on that bowl, and we can. And we can
because you have this amazing Pyrex set.
I have this awesome Pyrex set that someone got me for Christmas.
Yay!
That's so fantastic.
So, what is this amazing topic that you have for us? Because we got about.
Okay. Well, that was the icebreaker thing. That was all I have.
Oh wait, I'm on.
But I can go on to the next question if you would like me to. Find another question. Here we go. What's the fanciest restaurant you've ever eaten in?
Okay. So the fanciest restaurant Thor and I have ever eaten in would be the Melting Pot.
I knew it.
Yes. And it took us 2 attempts to make this dream come true.
To explain to people what the Melting Pot is.
So the Melting Pot is like a very fancy fondue place in very, very close to Thor Space Needle? Wasn't it close to Space Needle? Yeah.
In Seattle.
So it's downtown Seattle. It is, most years it's voted the most romantic restaurant in Seattle. So it's really, really nice. Probably way too nice for the Brinsfields to ever go back to. And it was very expensive.
Yeah.
So I think I was in mid-20s? I think I was about 26, 27 at this point. So Thor was in his very early 30s at this point. And so we didn't have a ton of extra money for this kind of stuff, but we were starting to get better in our careers where we actually had a little bit that we could splurge for this kind of thing. seldomly. But we decided to do this for Valentine's Day. So the first round, we actually set it up to have our friends with us to go. And we left on time, but we hit major Seattle traffic. We lived in a suburb of Seattle, so we were about 20 miles north of where we needed to go. It took us over 2 hours to get there. We were about 10 minutes late when we got there, and they denied us to get in.
That's so
it took us so long to get down there, and then we got denied. So we made another reservation, I believe, for the following weekend. They were able to find a place. So we all got down there again, and then we actually had to do valet parking. We had no option, so we had no idea we had to do that. So we had to think quick and come up with some money for that.
Yeah.
And then we made it in, and the menu was so funky when they handed it to you. You basically had 3 options, but they all came with it was an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert.
Yeah.
And it was for 2 people.
Okay.
So we were looking at the price tag on these, and the lowest one was $220
Oh shit.
for 2 people. And this was for basically the 3 courses. And so we went for that one, the lowest one, because it went up to $400, which it would include wine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I remember, the appetizer one was pretty good. It was cheese, and it had carrots and celery and some other stuff that you all dipped in the cheese, which I didn't do because at this point I was not doing cheese.
Right.
And then after that, it was the main course. So they brought up the hot oil, and you had these little skewers, and then you got this little plate. And I was looking at it, I was like, there was only 2 raviolis, 2 shrimp, which I didn't really eat then.
Yeah.
2 pieces of chicken and 2 pieces of steak. That's it.
That's it.
On this plate.
And I'm just
yeah. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, this isn't gonna fill us. We're gonna have to hit Taco Bell on the way home after this $200 meal. How is this gonna even work? So what they get you with, though, is because you have to fucking cook your own food. They don't cook it for you. This stuff's coming out raw. So you have to put it on the little fork.
So basically, you're paying for this experience, right?
I guess so.
It's not really. I'm sensing it's not the food. It's the experience.
Yes. The food was
cooking.
good.
Okay.
But you had to cook your own damn food. So by the time you got all your fucking things cooked, because I was trying to be polite at first with my one little skewer in there because it's just one big bat for all of us. But eventually I was like, I'm fucking hungry. So I had both my little things going in there at the same
get this
time.
Shit going.
Because you'd only eat 2 things at a time, and it took 5 minutes to cook the stupid thing in there. So by the time you got it done, because you had to eat so fucking slow.
Yeah.
You were a little full.
Okay, yeah.
If I were ever to go back there, I would only do dessert if that's an option. The dessert was the best. It was a big melted chocolate, and then they brought you out another thing that had cut up bananas and strawberries. There was graham crackers and then marshmallows and all this stuff to put in there, and that was my favorite part of the whole meal, was just the dessert.
Yeah
And I would do it again. It was great
for dessert.
We have not been back. We have no intentions of going back because that was very expensive unless we could just do dessert.
That's a one-time experience thing.
And it was definitely a one-time thing. But would I do it again? If I knew the exact outcome, no, probably not.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you?
The fanciest restaurant I ever ate in was when I was actually on a work trip when I worked at the newspaper. And so we were in the process of looking at new software to buy for our whole advertising system. And we were looking at this one software based out of Chicago. And so
you got to go to Chicago,
so
right?
I went to Chicago with coworkers. So I was just with my coworkers, and the sales rep for the company was schmoozing us because they wanted us to buy the software. They wanted you to
like the software, yes.
So they took us out to dinner at this place called the Signature Room in Chicago.
Sounds fancy.
It's at the top of a very tall building. They had an express elevator that went up, I can't remember how many stories, 30 or 50 stories. And this is actually one of Oprah's favorite restaurants that she eats at because she lives in Chicago.
Yes.
And so you get up to this, and it's just one floor at the top of this building. And all of the walls are actually just glass.
Oh, my gosh.
So you can look out and see the whole city of Chicago from any view. Yeah. It's just out there, and was amazing. And so then there's all of us, me, Steve Robinson was there.
Oh yeah.
A couple other coworkers, and then the sales guy and the manager for the whatever. And so we're at this big round table, and they had ordered appetizers, like they ordered like oysters on the half shell, and I'm like, nope, not eating that.
Yeah. Oysters in a half shell.
No, thank you. And then we all ordered food, and of course
You're very picky.
This is fancy food, and I'm looking at this going, I ain't eating any of this. Like, where's the chicken?
There's no chicken at fancy restaurants.
There was one chicken dish. So I ordered this chicken that came with like some kind of mashed potatoes and some kind of vegetable. I don't even remember what it was.
That's the core things with chicken.
Yeah, and I remember it was really good. It was like really good food, and I don't know if I wasn't into wine at that time. They might have ordered wine. I don't know if I had any. I probably just drank water. But
I probably couldn't have your tequila. Shot.
I couldn't get a shot of tequila. They probably had it, but I wasn't going to ask for it in front of my boss.
No.
Can I get a shot of tequila, please?
Yeah. You would now, though.
I would now.
Yeah.
But I just remember the view and looking over the entire city of Chicago. But it was one of those places like when you first get off the elevator, you have to check your coat.
Oh, yes.
They have this whole coat check room.
Yeah, you're not allowed, like...
They wouldn't let you take your coat.
Yes, I remember that at the one place, too. That's the only place I've been to that they made us give my coat up.
Yeah, and they're like, because I was like one
and
of the last
ones. And you had to keep the ticket?
Yeah.
It's stressful. Because they told you if you don't have the ticket, that you can't get your coat. So the whole time I'm thinking, oh, fuck. I had to keep looking in the purse. Oh, the ticket's there.
I know. They were like, I was one of the last ones off. And then they were like, my coworker, he's like, you have to give him your coat. I'm like, why, Russ? And he's like, you have to give me your coat. I'm like, okay. And so I did. And I got that. And then later, I stressed the whole meal because I'm like, do you tip them when they give you your coat back?
Yeah, you're thinking about all this stuff.
Know.
I mean, why should you? I mean, I guess you tip them because you know they're making minimum wage, but why should you? All they did was take your coat against your will.
Yeah.
It was against my will for them to take the coat. So they're keeping my coat hostage. Possibly able to keep it if I can't produce the ticket at the end.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to tip them? I don't get it.
I don't know what's going on. And so that was interesting.
Yes.
And later that evening, though, I also then went to my first Broadway play, which was Wicked in Chicago.
That was one of your best experiences you've ever had.
And that changed my life.
It really did.
It changed my life.
She still talks about this. I was not in her life at this point. But I know a lot about this. I don't know much about the restaurant that happened before, but I do know about Wicked because this did make you a Broadway baby.
It did. It made me a Broadway baby, and I loved it. And I had read the book Wicked already, and so I kind of knew. And the only other thing about that trip was me and my coworkers, not Steve. He didn't go with us, but we all went to White Castle.
Oh, there you go.
Which
you got
they
some burgers.
They don't have White Castle where we live at all. It's all on that side of the country.
Wait, you can buy some White Castle in the frozen section at Walmart.
Yeah, it's not the same.
No, okay.
But we went to White Castle.
I got Thor some of those little sliders, and he said they were quite good.
Yeah, they're good. I got the chicken ones when we went because at the time I wasn't eating beef.
Yes.
So I got the chicken sliders, and they're actually good.
Well, Thor has never had them from the real place. The sliders I got them was from Walmart.
Yeah.
The frozen section. They had little sliders. No, chicken ones, though.
Yeah, they had chicken.
Do they have them in the Walmart one, too?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I only saw the beef ones.
Probably not.
But he said they were decent.
They had lots of different kinds if you could actually go to the restaurant.
We need a White Castle.
I have pictures of us at White Castle.
I don't think we're going to get any new restaurants anytime soon.
No.
No one wants to open a restaurant.
Absolutely not, yeah.
No. Well, that's fun, though. The most fancy restaurant. I think we're okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the most fancy restaurant I've ever been to.
I don't foresee any more coming. I think the fanciest one we've been together would be Blue Bayou. Yes,
in Disneyland.
I don't have a big desire to actually eat at fancy restaurants anymore.
I don't. I really don't. Mm-mm. I'm happy just with, I'm not a fancy person.
I'm not a person that likes to pay a lot of money for something that's rented.
Right.
You don't even keep it.
That's true.
It's not tangible.
Yeah.
It tastes good for a second and then,
I know. And then you're done.
And then 4 or 5 hours, it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
12 hours. It takes about 12 hours.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it depends how much wine I have.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we're going to have a regular podcast next week.
Next week. And then the week after, we're going to be at the lodge. So I don't know if we'll have a podcast or
we might.
Or we might do a remote one from the lodge, and we'll have our portable unit, so it will sound different.
It will sound a lot different.
Or we might just do a Facebook Live and call it good. I don't know.
We could do that too. Okay. We'll just figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But anywho, just a heads up on that.
Yes.
And okay, I think
you guys have a great week.
Yeah, have a great week, you guys, and hope everybody's year is sort of going okay. It's,
it's just going to get better, guys.
It is what it is. Remember, everything is fine.
Everything's great.
Everything is
We're all going to be great, guys. All right.
Peace out. Love you. Peace.